Welcome Year 7 to our next lesson in Flipped Classroom. So by now you should have already completed your sandpapers video and taken a series of notes for your half-page report. What we're going to do now is car paint and wind resistance. So you'll ask, what's the difference between car paint and normal paint? Well, as you'll know from your previous research that we did in class, there are many different types of paints available. Now each paint has a different purpose and different use. Car paints are specifically formulated to withstand all the elements they are exposed to daily. So think about your car's outside in the sun all day. Think about it gets wet by the rain. There's all different types of elements. It's constantly exposed to dirt. And what these paints do is they help withstand all these different types of elements that your car will have to be exposed to every day. Now the first type of paint that we'll talk about is acrylic paints. Now these are easiest and generally the cheapest type of paint. It's the quickest drying, so application mistakes are reduced, and it can be clear coated with an acrylic clear and polished, or clear coated with 2-pack. And I'll explain to you later in this video what 2-pack is. Okay. What the clear coat is it'll give it a nice shiny finish, which is what you see on your cars every day. COB paint, or clear over base, is generally used by the professional car painters. It's easy to apply, requiring no hardener, which is a liquid you put inside the paint to help it set quicker. Okay, but it must be clear coated. Without the clear coat you won't get that shiny finish. Okay, and spray booth conditions should be used, which is what all professionals use. And what that does is it helps stop exposure to wind while painting, so you don't get any bits of dirt inside the paint, there's no imperfections within the paint. That's why your car paint, you'll notice, is just very clear and very smooth when you touch it. Now 2-pack paint. Now this product is so good it is able to be painted directly onto chrome or alloy. This same paint can be applied to your car, boat, truck or motorcycle for the ultimate finish. Okay, so this is the best quality product you can find. Okay, again, spray booth conditions need to be used, so the professionals will use 2-pack paint. Okay, and the reason it's called 2-pack is because the paint is mixed with a hardener before application to help it set to the required finish and hardener. So as you can see in the image that I've got on the slide there, the main paint is in the big tub, and then you've got your hardener which is in the smaller tubs. Okay, and you mix that in as you go to the right ratios. So we'll be using these paints for our CO2 cars. As much as we'd like to, a lot of these are professional quality paints. So we may be able to use an acrylic depending on our time frame, but for just for the purposes of our assessment task, we need to know about these paints. Wind resistance. So you'll already have researched aerodynamics. Okay, wind resistance is a very similar concept. Alright, in simple terms, wind resistance is a force acting opposite to the relative motion of any object with respect to the surrounding air. So what that's saying is, as your car is moving forward, there's an opposite force acting, which is your wind, trying to slow the car down. Okay, and then your design will determine how quick your car will move through that air. Now wind resistance, also known as drag. And drag is essentially the same thing. Okay, it's a force that opposes the object's motion through the air. Drag is generated when an object is put in contact with the fluid such as air. So once you launch your car, it will come into contact with the air, therefore trying to drag the car back and make it slower. How do we reduce the effects of drag? So think about your designs. You need to think about what design will help the air move around the car a lot easier. You need to think about the types of edges you want in your car, and this will help reduce the effects of drag. Thanks for watching, guys. Hopefully everyone's taken a set of notes that they can use to write their half-page report. I'll be looking forward to seeing these all in class on Monday. Okay, make sure you have notes for each topic that I post to Classroom. Thanks guys, and see you next video.